What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Roost HQ. Today you're going to be tagging along with us for a Friday evening training with my 4-year-old. Today we decided to get started on the TC50, same thing as a KTM SX50. We normally ride the Husqvarna E-2. It's a lot lower to the ground, but we decided to get started on the SX50 just because here soon enough he's going to be too big to ride that E2, and it'd be good to get some seat time on this thing. You can see he is a little bit too small for it still. We've got it lowered, but here he goes ahead and he's having a little trouble. You know, it's pretty snappy in the gravel and has a little spill here just because his legs ain't quite long enough yet. But that's one of the things I appreciate about it is it's going to help him learn to keep them feet up on the pegs. So yeah, we decided to get started on this little short track over here. He's rode this track quite a bit. He's quite familiar with it. You can see coming out of that corner there where he tried to dab his foot. Like I said, that's one thing I think this bike will help teach better habits with for now is you can't dab a foot because them little legs ain't quite long enough. So we've had this TC50, like I said there a minute ago. Same thing as a KTM SX50, just a different color. We've had it for a couple months now, I guess. We hadn't really got to ride it much. I think he's got about 7 hours on it. It does have a lowering kit in the front. We bought it from KTM, but it said it would fit the 24 model, and it did in the front, but the spacers for the rear didn't fit, so we just let the preload off to where the bike was matching the back, front, and suspension arm. I'm not real sure if they're going to come out with a part to lower the rear. If they do, I'd certainly take them up on it. We also in this bike, took a washer and put in the exhaust to kind of help dial the power back. Just because you got 9-year-olds that are riding these things, and it's a lot of power, especially for a 4-year-old, and at his weight, he's just really trying to dial the power back so that he can maintain traction. And then we also have the clutches backed out pretty far. They're backed out all the way, and then we went in 4 clicks. See him there trying to dab that foot again. Yeah, the goal here for the next little while is going to try to ride this bike maybe 30 minutes or an hour every week, just to start getting him acclimated to it, getting used to the response that the gas bike gives as compared to the electric. You can see here, Mama showed up, decided to stop in and pay us a visit, and I was riding with my little girl there on the pit bike, so Mama's going to take her. And we're going to go burn a couple laps on another track. This other track, call it the one that goes in the woods, out of the woods. It was named by my 4-year-old, and if you can guess, it goes in the woods and out of the woods. Really intuitive thinking. So one thing that we've been trying to work into our training here is when we go out to ride, not every time, but most of the time try to set a goal where we're not just out there riding, just all over the place. And in this case, we said, look, we're going to go ride this big 50, the big old 50 as he calls it. We're going to ride it for 30 minutes, and then after 30 minutes, we'll go switch to the electric. And then when we get on the electric, we're going to ride it for 30 minutes, but we're going to treat it like a race. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. If we wreck, we're going to get back up. We're going to burn laps for 30 minutes, and then after that, we can go, swap batteries, get a snack, and then we can go, goof off and have some fun. Because at the end of the day, we ride these things to have fun, but with the goal being getting better, we decided to set some goals, and it seems to be making a pretty fair difference for us. Right here, our 30 minutes was about up, so we decided to make one lap on this track, or we may have made two. And then we're going to go get a snack, a little sip of water, and you'll see here in a minute, we're going to start riding the electric.
We're doing a race start. We're racing.
We're racing, Colby. We're doing a race start. You ready? Hold on, let me cut my gift. I think I'm gonna win. You ready? Is this thing starting gear?
10 seconds to go, number one in the XC1 Pro.
And so talking about treating it like a race, we try to do a start like it was a race. I'm not sure what he was going on there. He usually does pretty good at starts, at least when we're at home. But I think he was just letting Uncle Colby get out front there. And then, yeah, like I said, so the goal here is just to ride as hard as we can for 30 minutes. I don't really know that physical training is a big deal at 4 years old. It certainly can't hurt, but really just getting in the mindset of like, this is how long it takes to do a race. So when we show up on race day, we got a good idea of how long we're going to be out here. I think even at 4 years old, they can have some concept of that. See, we're fixing to come up on a log here. Normally he can ride over it, but we must have hit it and flipped it up, I'm not sure.
Bump wheelie over.
No.
You can do it, go. Hey, if I pass you, pass me back, okay? Hey, you hear me? Pass me back fast, okay? Go.
So, I mean, something like that, a log certainly could end up in the track. They're not generally going to have logs in the micro race, but you never know. Somebody might hit one. It might end up in the track. And I was just kind of reminding him, we're trying to work on pass training, like he's pretty used to getting passed by the faster bikes because the front row kids and 9-year-olds are obviously a lot faster than he is. But one thing he's not very good at is passing people back. We found him quite a few times during the race. He'll be riding behind somebody that's quite a bit slower than him, but he just doesn't want to make the move to get around them. Colby doing a little bit of the testing on our transout project, putting it to work. These pine needles here are real slick. I think here in a little bit you'll see them get a little too much back brake and slide out. As we come up through here, this is some pretty rough roots for a bike his size. talk about that E2 bike a little bit. We've had that thing for quite a while. I think I bought it towards the end of 2024. And we'll have a review coming on that here soon, but I'll go ahead and tell you, I cannot rave about that thing enough. Countless, I don't know how many hours. I wish we put an hour meter on it, because it just rode it and rode it and rode it and rode it, and it just keeps going. The only thing we've done is put tires on it, and the old tires weren't wore out. We just wanted something a little more aggressive. The battery on it, at the pace that he's riding, we'll get about 30 minutes, a little bit more than 30 minutes. So we do end up doing a pit stop during the race. We could theoretically make it all the way through, but we figure better safe than sorry. Launching it. So he'll usually end up wrecking, you know, at least maybe once. But we usually don't have too many bad ones, but today was not one of those days. Here was our first one. Not real sure what happened. I'm just going to encourage him to get back on the bike and keep going.
Come on, we're in a race, let's go.
That hurt.
We're in a race, we gotta go. Does it hurt bad? Or just hurts a little bit?
It hurts bad.
Did you break something? Alright, go.
Yup.
You know, when it comes to something like this, I think everybody kind of knows their own kid. You can tell when they're hurt, or, you know, or whenever they're just hurting a little bit.
Never do that. That's all I'm ever doing. Distracted.
Definitely tell he's my kid complaining like that. But as you can see, a couple turns later, he's right back on it. If you let him, I'm sure he would sit there and complain about it for a while. He was fine.
Yup, that hurt. It's bad.
I think where he hit his knee was rubbing up against the bike or something, because whenever he hit the harder bumps, it seemed to like it might have bothered him a little bit more. But he's still having a good time. Usually, like I said, we don't have too many wrecks, but today wasn't one of those days.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Get up, get up. You okay? Hey, you gotta watch where you're going. You can't look at me. You gotta watch where you're going, okay? You're good, go.
So we'll just encourage him to get back on the bike and go, but in case you're kind of wondering if he's having a good time or not, if you listen here.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want to do it again. That's why I never.
This turn here has given him some trouble in the past. I think it might be living in his head a little bit rent-free. Yeah, being able to talk to them like that whenever they fall down, one of the benefits to these electric bikes. I know I mentioned that a minute ago, but when he's on the gas bike, you know, I have to shout to get him to hear what I'm saying. And on the electric bike, you really don't have to do that. Also, whenever they fall down, when they're this small, they can't start those gas bikes. And they're electric, you can just get back on it, and he can turn it back on himself. Daughter coming up behind us there. Pawpaw and Darcy decided to join us, add to a little bit of our traffic. She's saying, "Go, Bubba, go." Pawpaw going for the pass, taking them up the inside. And why not simulate a little dust? As if we haven't had enough of that on this dry year. Pawpaw and Darcy decided to stop and watch a while, I guess. Didn't have a full 30 in the tank. Launching it off of that one there, we got the preload tightened up as much as it'll go, and when it jumps to flat, I think it still bottoms out. This rock here, he about hit it a couple times, and finally that was a wreck. It was bound to happen. We got to get that out of the track. You come over that knoll there, you couldn't see it. But you might have prevented one wreck. But there's going to be one more.
Holy.
Get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Go, 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 go.
Like I said, those pine needles are super slippery. Get on the back brake a little too much. Well, that's what happens.
Last lap, keep going. Last lap, go, go, go.
So ended up doing one more lap there, finishing off for 30 minutes. I would say pretty good. You know, I'd like to see him keep it up. But get a little after action review here.
That was the end of your first 30. What did you think about that?
Good.
Were you riding good? Did you go fast? Did you crash a little bit? Did you crash a lot? How many times did you crash? Total. How many times did you crash?
4.
4 times? Did you hurt your knee one time? But we caught up and kept going because we were doing a race? Alright, did you have fun? Huh? You don't like riding these things, do you? You do? Alright. I love you. Hey, I love you.
Love you.
We went and got us a snack, some water, hung out for about 20 or 30 minutes. And
I don't have my boots on.
now we're riding down to the sand track. Colby on the pit bike, me on the Transalp, and Pawpaw and Darcy tagging along. Across the sketchy bridge. And yeah, now we're down here. We're not really, like I said, pressing the quote-unquote train hard. We're just down here to have a good time. I'll follow him around, make a couple laps, and really just whatever he wants to do. He's been wanting to jump real bad, and this is a good place to do it, because when he does get off the bike, a little softer than landing on the hard packed dirt. And we'll just go ahead and lay it down to make sure.
Golly. Man, I just buckled my...
You see, for the size of his bike, this sand is super deep. And lay her down again.
Go. Get back on the track.
Colby's sending a little here on the Transalp. Call this a preview to the Transalp review.
Go, go, go.
Absolutely hauling it through this sand. You can see there just how deep it is.
Wide open.
Came over here and let him jump. This is actually a landing. He can get a little bit of air off of it, just to build up a little bit of confidence. He wants to jump real bad, but it's awfully intimidating.
Go. Yeah.
So we took him over there. Colby sending it on the Transalp. Little preview to the off-road review.
A little bit faster,
Here
a little bit
it
faster. Yeah, boy.
And that's the first time he's jumped that, and he ended up jumping it about, I don't know, 30 times. Colby giving him a little encouragement. And so at this point, we've been at it for a couple of hours total. It's starting to get dark, and although the Transalp may have headlights, nothing else does, so we decided to take her to the house. This part does worry me about every time we do it. It's not bad for an adult, but this is the sketchy bridge, and we grabbed a stick. It's about a 6 or 7 foot drop. Colby decided to hit the log jump.
Like that.
Then when we got back to the house, Darcy Jean decided she'd give her a whirl.
Darcy!
I want mama.
You're doing so good. Give me 5. Give me a high 5. That was so good.
Well guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you got any questions or anything you want to see, please drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For now, this is Roost HQ, and we're just getting started.